The night was thick with fog when the ocean began to whisper. Fishermen of Blackwater Cove always said the sea had moods. Calm one moment, cruel the next. But no one ever mentioned the singing. That song, sweet, trembling, and hollow like wind through bones, came on nights when the moon hid behind clouds. Those who heard it never returned. Elias Thorne knew the legends well. He'd grown up listening to the old sailors speak of a drowned bride, a mermaid cursed for betraying the sea. He never believed them until the night his boat drifted too far into the mist. The water around him rippled in perfect circles. His radio hissed, then died. Elias leaned over the edge, his breath fogging the night air. A soft glow pulsed beneath the surface, like moonlight caught in glass. Then a face, pale perfect, framed in strands of black hair that floated like seaweed. Her eyes were the color of storm clouds, and when she smiled, Elias saw both beauty and sorrow deeper than the sea itself. "You hear me," she whispered. "No one ever does." He froze, his fingers tightening around the railing. "Who are you?" he asked. She only smiled wider. "You'll remember my name when the tide takes you." The sea exploded upward. The boat lurched. Elias fell into the freezing black. The water swallowed his scream. He sank through cold silence, deeper and deeper, until her voice was all that existed. When he woke, he was lying on the shore, soaked, shivering, alive. But his eyes burned as if filled with salt. He coughed up water that wasn't seawater. It shimmered faintly blue. People found him wandering the docks the next morning, staring at the ocean as if it called to him. Over the next week, strange things happened in Blackwater Cove. Nets came up empty. Boats drifted away in calm weather and never returned. At night, people heard humming across the harbor, soft, mournful, and inhumanly beautiful. Elias stayed in his small shack, recording his dreams in a notebook. He wrote of a woman with coral in her hair and scales that bled light, who whispered to him from the deep. Each night, she came closer. Each morning, the tide rose higher around his home. One night, unable to resist, Elias returned to the pier. The fog curled thick around the wooden planks. He followed the song until he saw her again, rising from the black water, the mermaid, her eyes empty and ancient. Her skin glowed faintly blue, veins like cracked glass under her flesh. Her mouth was full of small, sharp teeth. "You shouldn't have looked for me," she said. "Now you are marked." She touched his cheek with webbed fingers. The cold burrowed straight into his bones. "Why me?" Elias gasped. "Because you listened," she whispered. "And because I am so very lonely." She told him her name was Nerida, once a bride to a sea god who betrayed her. For her disobedience, she was bound to the mortal shore, half dead, half divine, cursed to lure souls into the deep to ease her torment. "Each century, one heart must drown willingly," she said, "until the ocean forgives me." Elias trembled, torn between terror and pity. "Then let me end it," he said. "Take me." Her smile faltered. "It must be love," she murmured, "not mercy." From that night on, Nerida followed him in his dreams. He'd wake to find salt water pooling under his bed, seaweed on the floor, fish bones scattered near the door. Villagers avoided him. They said he reeked of rot and brine. He spoke less, slept less, and spent hours staring at the waves. One dawn, a fisherman saw him walking into the surf, clothes dragging behind him, the tide rising to his chest. "Elias!" they shouted. He turned and smiled faintly. "She's waiting." Then he vanished beneath the waves. Days later, the sea vomited up wreckage, bits of wood, torn sails, and a single voice recorder sealed in a waterproof bag. On it were the last words Elias ever spoke. "She sings when the moon hides. Don't answer her." After that, no one dared go near the water at night. But the curse wasn't done. A month later, tourists came, vloggers chasing ghost stories for clicks. One of them, Maya, found Elias's shack still standing by the cove. Inside, she found his notebook. The pages were damp but legible, filled with drawings of the mermaid, her face growing more human as the pages went on. At the end, scrawled in salt-streaked ink, were the words, "If you hear the song, close your eyes." That night, Maya filmed her final video. The footage begins with waves and fog. "We're at Blackwater Cove," she says into the camera, her voice half laughing. "Locals say there's a cursed mermaid. Let's see if we can catch her voice." Then, the singing starts. The camera shakes. Something moves in the water. Long hair, pale skin. Maya gasps. Did you see that? The others laugh nervously. The sound grows louder, layered. Hundreds of voices humming the same melody. The screen flickers, the audio distorts, and something pale and glistening crawls out of the water, its eyes glowing like dying stars. The video ends there. Police later found the group's boat adrift, empty. Only the camera remained. The final frame shows the shoreline, still and silent, but if you turn up the volume, you can faintly hear breathing. Some say Maya's video still appears online, uploaded by accounts that vanish the next day. People claim if you watch it past midnight, you'll hear the song yourself. And once you hear it, it never leaves you. The ocean near Blackwater Cove is quiet now. But sometimes, when fog rolls in thick and heavy, the fishermen say they hear laughter under the waves, soft, human, and broken. They say a woman's voice calls out, "Elias, come back to me." And if you listen too long, you'll see her face beneath the water, waiting, smiling, and whispering, "Now you are mine."